Hi, welcome to Geraldine's University of Knowledge. Welcome back. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for looking online at geraldinesknowledge.com. Big thumbs up on the videos of YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like to talk to you today about children and their skills. Children develop differently at different rates and at different times. But that's why there's some children that can walk at 9 months. And then there's some children who start speaking at 9 months but don't start walking until 18 months. And there's some children that walk and talk at 12 months. All right? There's some babies that start babbling right the next day, or as soon as they're born, they start babbling. They start mouthing words. That shows you children develop at different times, and they develop different skills. And as they go to school, they develop different skills. The things that affect how children learn is their learning community. That affects how they learn and at the rate that they're learning. So when you take time and you show your children that learning is important to you, they're going to put in the effort. Do you want an academic athlete or do you want a football athlete? All right? There are academic athletes. Not everyone's going to play football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, chess. Some people may focus all their energy into learning whatever's in those books, or learning what's in the computer and how to do things that's on the computer. And then there's some people that will play baseball, basketball, football, and run track. All right? All athletes. We have the academic athletes, and then we have the physical athletes. All right? Sometimes we get both. They have great grades and they have great skills on the football field. We're blessed with both. But what you put your time and energy in, that's what they're going to put their time and energy in. That's one thing. 2, some children are going to learn to read and write first. Some children are going to learn to do math first, math and science. The thing that influences that is what they like, right? That's part of the learning environment. It's within themselves. What they like and what they're going to focus on is what they like. And then some children have learning disabilities, or they have physical disabilities that affects their abilities. Hear me again. Some children have learning disabilities and or physical disabilities that affect their abilities. Every child has abilities, what they can do and what they can do well. And then every child has something that they cannot do well. They can do good, they can do average, below average, passing, barely passing, or not passing at all. The other thing that affects that is the teacher's teaching style in school. That's part of their learning community. Home, you, them with inside themselves, and the teacher. Okay, the teacher in the class. Not every teacher's teaching style is your child's learning style. Let me repeat that. Not every teacher's style is your child's learning style. Teachers have a teaching style. I'm a teacher. I actually am a teacher. I'm not going to tell you what school I teach at, but I am a teacher. My teaching style may be different from your child's learning style. Imagine going to school every day and you don't know what the teacher is talking about. The teacher is like off somewhere in Wonderland, right? So how do we bring those things together? Well, we actually have to think of everything. We think of what are the parents doing at home. We think what's inside the student and what's going on in the classroom besides the teacher, right? The students in the classroom besides the teacher, right? All learning community. We got to bring those things together. But we have to be really responsible for what our children know and what our children do not know. I'm a mother of 5. I have 5 children. 3 older children that's gone through college and are working. I have 2 younger children who just entered high school. I'm responsible for what they know and what they do not know. I'm responsible to support what's in that classroom and provide opportunities for them to learn at home. And sometimes I have to take out my own trash. Sometimes I gotta, be like, I just washed these clothes yesterday. What did y'all do? I can't say that because I know they're studying, right? I know they're studying. I have one son. When he studies, it takes him forever to learn one thing. And I know I can't interrupt him because then he has to start all over again. But then I know I have another son who's ping, 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 ping. I can interrupt him all day. He'll go run and do whatever, I'm like, look, you left your book back here. Pick this up. He'll get up, take that, and then he'll go back and refocus on what he's doing, right? This is all part of the learning community. I know I have one son who has to ask that teacher to repeat something. And then I have another son that doesn't want to hear anything the teacher has to say. Just give him what he needs to do. I have one son that tries to make really good grades, and I have another son who he's going to pass, whatever you say. 70s passing, that's what he's going to do. 60s passing, that's what he's going to do. All right? So I look for the better learning environment for them, whether it's private school, public school, online school, home school. You have to do the same thing. You know your child. And if you don't, you need to learn your child. Learn what they need. Learn what their abilities are. Even if they have an IEP, an individual educational plan, or a 504 plan, learn what their abilities are. And then support that. Support their abilities. Let those abilities be the thing that inspires and motivates them and keep them elevated. Because you're going to have to work on the disabilities. You're going to have to work on the things that are below average. What do they need help in? What do they need help in? How could I help them uplift their disabilities? What support do they need? How could I talk to the teacher about what my child needs, because their learning style is different from the teacher's teaching style? Does my kid need a copy of all the PowerPoints the teacher needs? Does my child need a tutor 10, 20 minutes a day? Does my child's school offers after-school tutoring? Does my child need a peer tutor, somebody from the classroom that's making great grades? Or does my child just need to sit one-on-one with the teacher? You You have to support both your children's abilities and their disabilities. You have to let your children know that education is important to you, and you have to give them the opportunity and the time and the space every day to learn. Every day to learn. Not just Monday through Friday. They should be learning every day, whether they have homework or not. Keep that information fresh in their mind. It's not just the teacher's responsibility to teach. It's the teacher's responsibility to teach. It is the child's responsibility to learn. And it's the parents' and guardians' responsibility to create a learning environment so the child can have access to the knowledge. The learning environment is the key. The learning environment is here, and physically a place. Kid has to stay inspired. Praise what they do well. Point out their abilities. Even if they have a 504 plan or an IEP, point out those abilities. That's why there's some children who can walk at 9 years old. Oh, not 9 years old. That's why, of course, at 9 years old, yeah.